Silence is one of the most underestimated powers in life. As you grow older, you begin to realize that not every thought needs to be spoken, not every battle needs to be fought, and not every opinion deserves a response. When you choose silence over unnecessary arguments, you gain control, not just over conversations, but over your own energy, your own peace, and your own destiny. Too many people waste their time trying to explain themselves, trying to justify their actions, trying to make others understand their choices. But the truth is, people will only hear what they want to hear. No matter how much you talk, no matter how clearly you explain, some will still misunderstand you. And that's not your burden to carry. The strongest people in the world move in silence. They don't broadcast their every move. They don't seek validation. They don't waste time arguing with people who are committed to misunderstanding them. They understand that real power doesn't come from loud words. It comes from quiet confidence. It comes from knowing who you are, standing firm in your truth, and letting your actions speak for themselves. There is wisdom in silence. When you listen more than you speak, you learn, you observe. You understand people's intentions without them having to say a word. You start to see beyond the surface, beyond the noise, and into the reality of the world around you. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you take back your power. You are no longer controlled by the opinions of others. You are no longer seeking approval from people who don't even understand themselves. You begin to realize that your time is too valuable to spend on meaningless debates, on unnecessary explanations, on trying to make others see things your way. When you stay silent, you force people to respect you differently. They start to wonder, they start to pay attention, they start to recognize your presence without you having to demand it. Silence is also a form of discipline. It teaches you patience. It teaches you to respond instead of react. In a world where everyone is rushing to prove themselves, where people talk just to be heard, the person who masters silence stands out. They are the ones who truly understand their worth. They don't need to convince anyone of anything. They don't need to prove anything. They simply exist in their truth, knowing that time will reveal everything that needs to be known. You'll need anyone's validation to live your life. The moment you stop seeking approval, you set yourself free. Too many people spend their entire lives chasing the opinions of others, trying to fit into expectations that were never meant for them. But in the end, none of that matters. People will always have something to say. Whether you succeed, fail, stay the same, or evolve, no matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. And if you live your life trying to please everyone, you'll end up pleasing no one, including yourself. Confidence isn't about proving yourself to others. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in your choices and refusing to let the noise of the world shake you. When you truly believe in yourself, you stop explaining, you stop justifying, you stop looking around for approval that you don't need, because deep down you already know your worth. You don't need applause to validate your journey. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. The only approval that matters is the one you give yourself. People who don't believe in themselves are the ones who seek validation the most. They constantly need reassurance, constantly need attention, constantly need someone to tell them they're on the right path. But the truth is, the strongest people move differently. They trust their own decisions. They trust their own instincts. They don't need an audience to validate their success because their confidence comes from within. And when you reach that level of self-belief, nothing and no one can shake you. Your peace is your greatest asset. And as you grow older, you realize just how priceless it truly is. There was a time when you let people's opinions affect you, when you allowed negativity to take up space in your mind, when you gave energy to things that drained you. But now you understand that protecting your peace, is it selfish, is necessary. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not every argument needs your response. Not every situation deserves your attention. The moment you start choosing your peace over unnecessary drama, your life changes. There are people in this world who thrive on chaos. They look for reasons to be offended, reasons to argue, reasons to bring negativity into your life. But the difference between them and you is that you no longer engage. You no longer give them the reaction they crave. You understand that silence is the best response, distance is the best defense, and peace is the best revenge. When you prioritize your peace, you stop allowing toxic people to drain you. You stop explaining yourself to those who don't deserve an explanation. You stop forcing relationships, conversations, and situations that no longer serve you. Choosing peace doesn't mean avoiding life's challenges. It means knowing what's worth your energy and what isn't. It means walking away from pointless conflicts, cutting off distractions, and focusing on what truly matters. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, doing things that bring you joy, and living life on your terms. Because at the end of the day, no amount of success, money, or recognition is worth your inner peace. Growth never stops. No matter how old you are, there is always something new to learn, something new to experience, and a new version of yourself waiting to be discovered. Too many people act like life slows down with age, as if personal growth has an expiration date. But the truth is, the moment you stop growing is the moment you start fading. Every day is another chance to evolve, to expand your mind, to sharpen your skills, and to push yourself beyond what you once thought was possible. Age is not a limitation, it's an opportunity. It's the time when you finally have the wisdom to see life clearly, to understand what truly matters, and to focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment. Growth doesn't always mean chasing bigger goals or doing more. It can mean deepening your understanding, refining your mindset, and becoming more in tune with yourself. It's about removing the distractions, letting go of the unnecessary, and focusing on the things that bring real value to your life. The people who remain the most vibrant, the most fulfilled, and the most successful in old age are the ones who never stop learning. They read, they explore, they challenge themselves, and they embrace change. They don't settle into comfort, they keep pushing forward. Because life isn't about reaching a final destination, it's about continuous evolution. As long as you're breathing, you have the ability to grow, to improve, and to become the best version of yourself. Success doesn't need an announcement. It doesn't need an explanation, validation, or approval. It speaks for itself. Too many people waste time trying to prove their worth, trying to convince others that they are on the right path, trying to explain their every move. But the truth is, the strongest, most successful individuals don't talk about what they're going to do, they just do it. They don't argue with doubters, they don't explain themselves to those who don't believe in them, and they don't waste energy proving anything to anyone. They let their results speak. When you truly focus on yourself, your actions become louder than any words ever could. The most powerful people are the ones who move in silence, who work on themselves without needing recognition, who make progress without needing applause. Success isn't about showing off, it's about achieving something meaningful, something that brings value to your life, something that makes a real difference. And when you get there, when you finally achieve what you've been working toward, the people who doubted you, the ones who questioned your choices, the ones who didn't believe in you, they will see it for themselves. You won't need to say a word. The problem with explaining yourself is that it puts you in a position of seeking approval. You don't need to justify your dreams. You don't need to convince others that your path is the right one. Most people won't understand your vision because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. That's why success is often a lonely road. You have to be willing to work in silence, to grow without recognition, to grind without applause. Because real success isn't built on words, it's built on action. Some of the most successful people in history weren't the loudest in the room. They didn't waste time debating with those who didn't believe in them. They just kept working. They let their success be their response. And that's exactly what you must do. When people doubt you, keep going. When people question your choices, keep building. When people don't see your vision, keep working in silence. Because one day your results will be undeniable. One day the same people who overlooked you will look up to you. One day your success will speak so loudly that you won't have to say a single word. Life is too short to waste on things that don't truly matter. As you grow older, you begin to see how much time people spend chasing approval, holding on to grudges, and stressing over things that have no real impact on their happiness. But when you step back and focus on what truly matters, your health, your happiness, your peace, you realize that most of the distractions in life aren't worth your time. You start to value quality over quantity, depth over surface level connections, and purpose over meaningless pursuits. You don't need to chase every opportunity. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to hold on to relationships that drain you. Your energy is sacred, and where you invest it determines the quality of your life. When you stop wasting time on things that don't serve you, you create space for what truly does. You begin to prioritize your mental and physical well-being. You start surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. You focus on things that bring you fulfillment instead of things that simply keep you busy. At the end of the day, what matters most is how you feel when you're alone with your thoughts. Are you at peace? Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you doing what makes you truly happy? Because when you focus on what truly matters, life becomes simpler, lighter, and more meaningful. You realize that you don't need much, just clarity, purpose, and the courage to let go of anything that doesn't add to your life.